Hi, everyone. Welcome to the LaunchPreneur Experience Legal Edition. My name is Felima Furman, and I am your summit and launch strategist and host of this event, also an international speaker. And today I am so excited to talk to Crista Henderson. I have seen her around. We have been in the same groups, and we have been, talking to each other for a while. And now she's here to share with you how you can implement profit first strategies for your business. She's a financial strategist, and she's going to share a little bit about her background. Welcome, Crista. I'm very excited to have you.
Thank you so much, Faye. I really appreciate you having me here. Thank you for the lovely introduction. I am, I started off I actually started off doing bookkeeping in my business, and that's how I started to learn, and I just started learning about the profit first last year, the profit first method. And when I started implementing it, I was like, why didn't I do this way before? Because it really did start helping me to really take control of my finances, even as a bookkeeper and as a financial strategist. I didn't feel like I was missing something, and I was like, I don't feel like I'm giving that extra to my clients. And so that's when I started reading Profit First, and it completely changed. So I'm really excited to be able to provide some of that knowledge and share it with you guys, because it's going to be super important to learn.
I know this is something super new, and a lot of the coaches and course creators that I talk to have no idea, still have no idea what a profit first strategy is. And also, even my own accountant, my own tax person doesn't know what profit first is. So when I learned about it, I asked them, hey, do you do this? And they're like, what is that? And so there's a difference in between professionals that help online entrepreneurs and course creators than a professional tax strategist that helps brick and mortar business, right? Yeah. Because the strategies really apply for all of us, but especially for us that are in an online world. There's so many legalities. There's so many things that we need to make sure we have in place to have a successful business moving forward. So I cannot wait to hear everything you're going to share with us. And also, Crista has a special gift for all of you. So I'm going to let you explain what you're going to be giving to the audience when they watch your presentation.
Okay. With this presentation, I do want to offer everybody a chance to sit down and see exactly, to do a 30-minute consultation. It's no sales involved. It's just strictly to see where you're at and how I can help you take that next step to financial planning, or what you might need help in, what area you might need help with. And so it would be a 30-minute call, just to see, like, a financial analysis, to see where everything is and where it can be.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much, Crista. And don't forget to connect with Crista inside of the Facebook group. She's going to be there hanging out. Ask her questions, connect with her, and follow her as well.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Hey, everyone, and thank you so much for being here and for registering for this amazing event that Faye has put together for us. I'm super honored to be here. I've known Faye. We've been connected for some time now, so I'm super honored to be here. And also, if you hear the rain outside, it's actually hail. It's hailing in Pasadena, California right now. It's like, what? So yes, that's the hail out there. But yes, I am super excited to go over my topic today, which is creating generational wealth with profit first strategies. So if you haven't read the book Profit First, or heard about Profit First strategies or methods, you are in for a lovely treat. I am super excited to share what I know with you all and for you to start implementing it in your business so that you can start creating generational wealth. So let's jump right in. Once again, my name is Crista Henderson, and I'm just going to jump right in and share my screen with you guys. That way you see what I see. Okay, let's do it. Building that money. Oh, it's getting louder. Creating generational wealth with profit first strategies. Why you need to start implementing profit first in your business. So if you haven't read the book, Mike Michalowicz goes over how we use the accounting system today and how he's turned it around. Instead of trying to learn the accounting principles and read the lovely balance sheet and the profit and loss, then instead of doing all of that, he comes at it at a different angle and work with our habits and our behaviors. So since we're driven by emotions and habits, then it works really well with the profit first method. The traditional way of accounting, it has sales minus expenses equals profits. Now, according to SBA, 83% of businesses live paycheck to paycheck. Isn't that crazy? That's insane. And that's because we're emotional and behavioral beings. So we have this habit that what comes last gets ignored, i.e. the profits, and what comes first gets prioritized, the expenses. So we are constantly focusing on the expenses, and we get caught in a survival trap. You know, we have money coming in and we're like, yes, we have money coming in. And so it just kind of like, oh, I could buy this and I could buy that. We get pretty happy about, the spending. So we get caught in the survival trap. And that's where, it can get very dangerous and it could be very stressful, super stressful. And running your business that way, where you're constantly trying to cover the expenses that you know are coming next month, but you may have not planned for it. So we get caught in that survival trap. But if we were to switch that and have sales minus profits equals expenses, we get to focus on profits. Brilliant, isn't it? It's like, wow, yay, working with our habits. So an important part about financial strategy is determining how much money is available to you. So when I actually started off bookkeeping, I would go over the profit and loss with my clients. And, I would tell them, here's your income, here's what you're making, and then here's all your expenses. And then at the very bottom is your profits. And then I would get asked a lot, well, where are my profits? I don't have them in my bank accounts. I don't see them. What happened to them? And that is when I really wanted to find a different solution to track that and to be able to see that. And then I found Profit First. Huge game changer. It really helps you to see where your money is at, what's in what account, and it's a lot easier to just grasp. And so it was a big help for me and my clients too, to just see everything. So you want your business to be successful, of course. Everybody wants their business to be successful. That's a no-brainer, right? But you want your business to be successful because you have goals and dreams. And everybody's goals might be different. You might want a house, a bigger house. You might want to send your kids to college. You might want to retire whenever you want and wherever you want. And so everybody's dreams and goals look different. By implementing Profit First in your business, you will have that solid financial foundation that you'll be able to be able to look at your dreams and goals. And just like anything else, you building a house, you need the bricks, you need the wrought iron, you need the cement, and you need to sit down and plan for it. You measure it out and set it up. You can't just you can't just build a stick house because it's going to get blown away. So, and same with the financial foundation, you need to sit down and set it and plan for it. So you need to have that solid financial foundation so that your business will become stronger and you'll benefit from regular profit distribution. Music to one's ears. And of course, with that profit, then you will have emergency funds. You can start investing in your business, and then you will be spending less. Now that's one of the biggest ones too. You start getting creative because you have less in that bucket, less money to spend in there. So yes, you get very creative. So when you don't have a lot of money for expenses, you have to think smarter. You have to think of other ways to limit your spending. Mike McCallowitz about it in the Profit First book, and he uses a tube of toothpaste. So when you buy a brand new tube of toothpaste, at the very beginning, you're going to use a lot because you have a lot. You're just going to squish it right on that toothbrush and use it liberally because you have a lot. But as you get to the very end, you have to start like limiting how much you put on the toothbrush. And so you have to like pinch the bottom, you have to, squeeze it out of there to get more toothpaste. And so how I like to see it is with time. So if somebody's going to give me a full day to clean my house, I'm going to take that full day. And my house, of course, still might not be spotless because I get distracted and I might be going a little bit slower, doing things here and there. It's not like I'm full focused all day long. But if somebody gave me just an hour to clean my house, I'm going to be going full focus, move. So, what you have, you use and you figure it out. You get creative on how to utilize the time you have or the toothpaste you have. So you always have money to pay your taxes at tax time. You're always paying yourself. You are the business owner. You deserve to be paid. And this, with using this system and putting it into place, you're going to get paid. Yes. Woo-hoo. So you'll have money going towards retirement planning, send your kids to college. You can get life insurance and start investing so that your money starts working for you and start building that generational wealth. So how to implement Profit First model into your business. The fun part. Woo, woo, woo. Just joking. No, it's like setting that foundation. It does take work. It does take the planning. And this is actually the action item that I had you do, which was how many bank accounts do you have? And if you have one checking account, that's a good start. Now we're going to add on to that. If you have more, 3, 5, then you're on the right track and you might be doing a little bit less work. But so the number one step, set up 5 checking accounts in your bank or savings accounts in your bank. So this is important for a number of reasons. And when it comes to the legalities of it, you want to keep your business and your personal finances separate. You want to make sure that, when you go into the bank that you do want to open a business account and not a personal. So it's going to be a business, five checking accounts in that same business, and they're going to want your EIN number and that attached to your business. And so you'll need that, and your insurance as well, I believe, and it might be different with every bank, I'm not sure, but so you'll need that, and that's where you can separate. That's where the very first thing you want to do, and very first thing that is super important, is to separate business and personal. Stop using the business card for your personal expenses, and because that's where like if you're a limited liability, you want to protect that limited liability. You don't want to put that at risk by using your personal expenses, and that's why it's there. If you're not if you're not keeping up with it on your end and separating everything, then that limited liability, it's not going to do much. So that is where you really need to be very strict about keeping your business and personal separately. We want to start you off on the right track to being legal and to keep up with all the regulations. So that's the first start. And then, so you're going to ask them to set up 5 accounts. The first one's going to be an income account where your sales come in. The second one is going to be the profit account. So in your profit account, this is where you have your savings, your emergency funds, and also where if you wanted to start investing in your business and get any sort of IRAs and have that money working for you, then this is where you can have that money for those types of expenses. So, and then you have your owner's comp, what your business pays you and your staff. And of course, here, as a business owner, you do need to get paid. And owner's comp, if you are an S corp, you're required to get on payroll and pay yourself. And a lot of people, unfortunately, don't do that. And so this is a great way for you to actually start paying yourself. And if you are just an LLC, then it's definitely a great practice to do that as well. That way it's separating. You're not just taking money out whenever you want to kind of pay yourself. It's structured. So you have, if you're paying yourself on a weekly basis or bi-weekly, you can literally just transfer however much an amount. You can set an amount to pay yourself, and that way it separates the business from personal. And then on here, of course, this is where if you do have staff, if you have employees, you can, they'll definitely be set up on payroll as well, hopefully. and then, depending on what sort of company you have, you can set up insurance for them as well, so that they can have, something like a group health insurance that you can offer them. Or if you have a key employee, so somebody that does everything, and if you ever lost him due to any sort of accident, any unfortunate accident that might happen, then that would cover you. You wouldn't just lose a bunch of that. It's covered. There's certain insurances that allow you to do that. And so, you have the key employee insurance. You can do group health insurance. You can offer 401ks. And this, with Profit First, allows you to allocate that money to do just that. And also with your owner's comp, of course, if you may not have employees, but you might have independent contractors. And with them, you will want to, a good practice is when you hire them on, you want to get their W-9 as soon as you do hire them on. That way you're not tracking it down and at the end of the deadline, and you're not rushing through that. That way you can definitely file their 1099s when that deadline comes, which is January 31st. So one good practice is to get that W-9 as soon as you hire them. Just ask them either if you have a way for them to fill one out, or if you just request that they send you a W-9. That's going to save you a lot of headache trying to track them down at the very end of it. So then you have your tax account. This tax account, of course, this is where you're allocating money for your tax man. So at tax time, you're not trying to figure out how you're going to pay for taxes. You're going to have it all right there because of Profit First. You have saved up for this and you are good to go. So with the taxes, of course, and with an S corp, you won't need the tax account. I've seen it kind of get muddled with the if you're an S corp. So just, you don't have to have that one. And then you have your operation expense account. Of course, that's operating expenses for your business and business only. So no using your card for personal, no using your personal card for business expenses. Keep it separate. But this is what it's going to look like. This figure here, you are going to have your income. coming into one account, and then you're going to allocate that income by percentages into those other 4 accounts. So you'll have your profit account, taxes, owner's pay, and operating expenses. So Mike Michalowicz, he has this figure here that goes by the revenue of your business. So say you're 0 to 250,000 a year, then he allocates that percentage to each account. So 5% to profit, 50% to owner's pay, and so forth. And what I see a lot of people doing is I will see them adjust those percentages according to what fits best for their business, and that's totally fine. I would recommend you starting off with these percentages in the beginning. That way it just builds that habit at first. So these are the percentages you're gonna allocate to profit, 15 to taxes, operating expenses 30%, and owner's pay 50%. So now number 2, you're going to allocate to which account first? Do you know? And I already gave you the answer basically right there. But yes, profit first is where you're going to allocate to your allocate first is that profit account. So that's number 2. This is okay. There you go. Okay, number 3. I don't know why this is being so slow. Hey, it stopped hailing though. Hope you guys can hear me now. So the number 3, moving the profit into a different bank. Okay, so this one, it requires more work. And this one, it's basically when you put your income into your profit account, now what you're going to do is you're going to set up another checking account into a whole different bank. That way it's the whole sense of out of sight, out of mind, and you can't borrow from it as easily. And so you're going to just, as soon as you transfer in the profit account, as soon as you allocate it to your profit account, you're going to transfer it into that other different bank account. So yes, a little bit more work, but it's super important because, especially if you do like to borrow from accounts, this keeps you very in line. All right. And then of course, number 4, that's where it's building that habit. So what you're doing is you're building that habit when you're transferring that money. And that's why I say keep to this figure, these percentages, is because you're building that habit and building that muscle, because you can't just go to the gym and build a 50-pound bar unless you can, then cool. But for the most part, you need to start building that habit. So once you get to that point where it's just a really good habit, then you're allocating to your operational expenses. Now you can start paying your bills on a regular basis, not just when you have money. So you're jumping out of that feast or famine cycle, and now when your bills come in, you pay them, and then you're prepared for the next month and the next month after that, and it's a wonderful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So you have those habits, and then the last thing, of course, that we're going to do right on this slide is integrate your profit first into your accounting system. So this is where I'm going to go and walk you through how I set them up. So I'm just in a sample company. The first thing we're going to do before we integrate the banks is we're going to go to our chart of accounts. And of course, I'm in QuickBooks, but if you're in any other accounting software, it's the same concept. You have a chart of accounts in your accounting software, and you can just go in there and start adding some accounts. So you'll want it a bank account, checking. Let me move that out of the way. So we're going to go to checking. No, say we open a Chase. We have a Chase account of Chase Bank, and this is going to be the Chase main account. So you could say main, or you could say checking. Let's just do Chase main account. You don't need a description. It's not a sub account. Save and close. Now we're going to go and add the other one, which is the income. So we'll go income. And I like to add the last 4 of the account. So this is the sub account of the Chase main. Same thing here. And we can do savings. That way we start earning interest. Why not, right? So profit, this is where your, yeah, you transfer your profit, and it's going to be building. So you want to build interest if you can. Okay, and then we're going to do, let's do another savings for the taxes. And you can do them all checking accounts if you want. Whatever you want. Oops, no, I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, here we go. Sweet. Checking. This is the operating expenses. You can either do operating expenses or OpEx account, whatever you prefer. Main account. Oh, I didn't do the last four. Last one. I was doing this one. I was doing a practice one earlier, and I forgot the profit account. So don't forget the profit account. This one is the owner's comp. All right. Okay, now that we have all of those in, and if you don't want to have them as a sub account, you don't have to set them as a sub account, just a preference. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to go link account. And like I said, most accounting softwares allow you to link your accounts. Some are still old school and don't. So it's going to ask you to log into your Chase account. You're going to log in with your information, and then it's going to ask you to connect which accounts you want to connect to. And here's a good tip: when you go set your accounts up in your bank account, you want to make sure that you name them. So you're going to name them income, profit, owner's comp, taxes, and then operational expenses. That way, when you connect them in here, it'll pop up, and you can just have income to income, profit to profit, and there's no confusion. I learned that the hard way. I didn't do that the very first time, and it was like, wait, which one's which? So yeah, that's very. So do that. Okay, and they're all going to show up here, and of course, in your bank, you're going to be able to transfer and allocate those percentages in. And then what it's going to look like in QuickBooks is, it's going to say a transfer. So you'll have to record those transfers and make them go to the right account. And then, of course, then you can reconcile and or categorize everything and then reconcile all 5 accounts. It's fun. All right, so that is how you integrate them into your system. Let me make sure I didn't miss out on anything. Okay, I think that's it. It's good. Let's go to the next slide. How Profit First will help you start creating generational wealth for you and your family. When less money is available, or when you've moved that money out of your mind, you'll always find ways to the same results or better results with less. So the whole concept of time, when you have one day versus 1 hour. So you'll take your profit first, and you'll be forced to really think smarter. If you implement profit first, you'll start to use the powerful human behavior out of sight, out of mind. Because when you allocate your income to these different accounts or buckets, they're basically, it's kind of like they have their own purpose already. You've used up that income to serve a different purpose by allocating them to these different accounts. So for instance, when you take your income and you allocate it to profit, it's like it's used up, spent money. It's good. It's like it's no longer allowed to be used. So I hope that makes sense. So as you generate profit, you'll move this from your immediate accessibility, set aside money for taxes and emergencies, and you'll actually start being able to invest. So Now there's owner's comp, and this is where I have utilized Profit First from my business and really have taken it to the next level, my personal finances as well. And it really has been a huge lifesaver because like last year, my husband and I, we moved here from California. We sold our house. We went through a separation phase. I'm not really even sure yet, but our finances were all over the place. There was just a lot of things going on last year. We never sat down to plan our finances. We never sat down to budget, to put any sort of financial planning into place. Oh, and then I was taking my license exam as well, and that was fun. So there was a lot going on. It was a lot of work, that insurance exam. So when I started implementing Profit First, I wish I would have done it sooner, but luckily I didn't spend all the money that we made from our house. So luckily we were a little bit smart, and we were able to save it. With this method, Profit First, we were able to apply it to our personal finances instead of just having one checking account, paying my bills, trying to figure out how to save money, how to save for emergencies. Then I separated them out. So it does amazing things. It was incredible to see how I built these financial habits in my business, and instead of using, and then transfer it to my personal finances. It was pretty awesome. So instead of paying cash for everything, I don't even know who pays their bills with cash anymore except for my mom. I just know I couldn't do that. So everything's it's in the banks, and I get to use cards. Only one or two. So I have money going towards retirement planning. I have life insurance, and we started to invest, and my money is starting to work for me instead of, I feel like I don't have to work my whole life if I don't want to. So it's definitely something that, for you to apply these, to look into and apply them, and because they work with your habits, and instead of trying to go against them, this is a great way to start. So I'm wishing you all the luck, and it's really one of the best strategies I've ever seen out there. And if I did want to read this quote. So Robert Kiyosaki, I don't know if you've heard it before, but it's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. I.e. generational wealth. Woohoo, woohoo. All right. So again, my name is Crista Henderson. I have been in the financial industry for almost 4 years, where I started off bookkeeping and later incorporated the Profit First method into my bookkeeping just very recently, and for most of my clients as well. And after that, that's where I wanted to keep furthering my education in the financial industry, so I got my life insurance. I did the exam for that. I help with retirement planning, investing. The firm I work for, we work with hundreds of different companies, so we're able to also refer clients out for debt management, for student loans. If you ever wanted to get a loan even, or mortgages, our firm also has partners that could set you up with trust accounts that could look into more, getting your individual assets protected from your business. That's also very important. Also, if you wanted to start looking into more investing, we have partners to do a bunch of all the financial stuff. And that is one of the things that I wanted to offer for you all, is the free financial analysis, basically going over what you have. If you've implemented any of the Profit First strategies in your business, if you want to start looking into maybe getting any sort of IRAs for your business, any protection, any insurance, 401ks, all that fun stuff. It definitely won't be a sales call. I want to provide you with more information, more education, and then you get to decide where you're going to take your next step. And I will just be there to guide you and coach you along for that, for those 30 minutes, so that you can start creating that generational wealth for you and your family. So if you want to contact me, all my links on the social media account are on the action planner. They should be posted there. And I would love to talk to you and see where you're at and how I can help. So, and I'm really excited that I got to share what I know with you all. And I hope it was helpful. And I hope to talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.